Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Big Ambitions with Ronald Big Money. And in the last video, we managed to almost triple our income up to $151,000 per day-ish on average. Took a lot of work on his part though, unfortunately. Did have to set up some clothing stores in each of the different districts to really start maximizing that potential and start cornering the market. Had to get myself an extra warehouse, and we even dabbled with the coffee industry, though it turns out coffee and donuts not exactly profitable, but we'll hopefully fix that at some point. I don't know. Now, at the end of the last episode, I did talk about possibly getting into the real estate market since we got a couple $1 million to spare, and I figured that could be worth doing. But apparently, that is not something really fleshed out in the game as of yet. So you can buy the buildings, but they cost a lot for basically no return whatsoever. I mean, this tiny little building right over here, right, is probably valued at about $8.6 million. I've got two. So apparently, I'm getting a little bit too full of myself. But also, even if we did get this in, we're talking just like, a couple $100 per day in rent? I mean, that is a pittance overall. So really all it's good for is stashing your money, just like with investments, but with a more reliable return. That's kind of it. Not worth my time. You know what's way more fun? Gambling literally all of it away on a casino. Yep, we're going to international waters, baby! No regulations! Best of luck! Alright, we gotta have a little bit of fun here if we so desire. We could play around on some of these here slot machines. Or, if you really want to, you could go for roulette, or perhaps even the blackjack table. Oh my, so many options. Welcome to the blackjack table. How much you want to bet? $100,000. Yup, I'm totally sure about this. I mean, hate to say it, but 18's kind of not bad, even like right off the bat if we're trying to get to 21. I don't think there's a point in telling me to hit. I think we stand and just kind of see what happens here. Oh, they got to 18. All right, same results, giving back the bets. Well, that was pointless. This feels like peanuts so far. What if we try betting like $500,000 on this run? This is so stupid. Oh, okay, we're at 20. You know what? That's pretty good. I'll take 20. I'll take 20. Yeah! Another $500,000 in my pocket. We're already up to $3 million bucks. Holy crud. Screw it. I'm feeling real good. Let's bet $1 million. $1 million! Okay, I mean, that's like as good, you can't. Woo! Cash out. All right, in like no time flat, I just more than doubled my money. We earned $2.5 million in this trip. The real reason I went on this trip wasn't expecting to make a lot of money. It's because it's actually a really reliable way of boosting up your happiness when your character's feeling depressed. And if you end up having a really big staff that wants like a nice safe work environment with a happy boss, this is probably the only reliable way I can think of to actually do this. The fact that I made an extra $2.5 million though, yeah, I can see why that would make Big Money pretty happy. And off he goes driving in this cruddy little Nissan Villian. Is this what we call stealth wealth? Get out of my way, I'm a millionaire. I don't have to follow traffic rules. I mean, you wouldn't know looking at him, right? With his humble little bootstrappy car, that this guy just won $2.5 million in the last couple hours. Woo! Aw, the grocery store that was right next door to me went out of business. I was gonna give myself a really nice steak, too. I guess a hot dog will have to do. Oh my god, and now I've gotta wait in the line. Do you not know who I am? I mean, I almost feel like I need to have that scene from like Disney's Aladdin with the genie doing his song. Make way for Ronald Big Money. Doesn't even matter though. Most satisfying hot dog I think I ever ate. Now, as far as some other longer term plans, so I did buy up a whole bunch of offices with really, really good traffic ratings, with the expectation that we want to start getting a lot more passive money generation, something that doesn't take a whole lot of logistical management, but instead should get me a lot of extra income. And the most obvious thing to do? Law offices, and to a lesser extent the programmers, but really, it's all about the law. So I went ahead and preemptively rented out some really, really good buildings, like this one right here. We should go ahead and start up a new law firm business. How about Solbasor Solicitors? That sounds good. Cool. And of course this means I now need to hire an army of lawyers. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Wow, this is a real big space. This is what we call a big honkin' law office. It's the size of my HQ. I love it. Okay. For this, we're gonna need probably a stupid amount of furniture, like an actual stupid amount. This is gonna take me days just having enough furniture delivered to this place. Yikes. Okay, here we go. So this is what 18 desks looks like for all these lawyers. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more like corporate drone stuff, right? But you know, now that Ronald Big Money has a taste for the big money, he no longer cares quite as much about the happiness and the quaint atmosphere of a work environment. This is where you will all work like mindless drones to make me money. And this workplace might as well reflect that. You know what make my life a lot easier, though? An interior decorator, or some sort of an office planner, or something like that. That's something I would like to see added into the game. Someone who can just, like, automatically put things together so I don't have to micromanage it all myself. Though to be honest, looking at all the other businesses that exist in New York City, whoever's doing the job right now should be fired, so maybe I don't want to hire anyone like that, I don't know. And in the meantime, you know what I think I've earned myself at this point? Oh, yes, a new toy. An Anselmo AF90 with auto park support, the luxury. Oh my. Yep, that's my new ride. That's my new ride, and I am taking good care of this thing. Oh look, a personal goal achieved. Own a stupidly expensive car. Whoa, now that's got some freaking acceleration on it. Holy crud. Oh my god, this car is so fast. Oh, I'm gonna ruin this thing in no time flat. Woo! Good brakes, though. I'll give it that. Oh my god, I can actually whip around the city and, like, this is insane. Wow, this is so fast compared to what I'm used to. I love my toy. I love it, I tell ya. Woo! It's got some good skid to it, too. It has absolutely no storage to speak of, though. 3 slots. That is it. So, we're not going to be relying on this to transport goods around. Dang it, I already scratched the paint. All right, let's check out this auto park feature. Boop. Aw, I was kind of hoping to watch it actually, like, do its thing. Well, that's convenient, though. No more parallel parking for me. This is the true lap of luxury. There is a problem with having such an incredibly expensive car, though. Means the repair bills are also incredibly expensive. I mean, you scratch this sucker up a bit, don't be surprised to drop $100 grand repairing it. Which, I may or may not have just done. I may or may not want to admit that. Not that I'm especially worried about it, though. If I find that my car repair bills are a little too high, I can just go gambling some more. That's always fun. You guys are thinking about scratching up my car, aren't you? You guys want to destroy my car, don't you? I'm watching you. Don't you touch my car. Don't you freaking touch my car. I'll kill you all. I'll kill you all over this car. I think it's funny that this is kind of Ronald Big Money's life now, though. Here's this guy, he's a multi-millionaire, he wins ridiculous amounts of money in the casino, he's got fancy cars. What does he do for a living? He doesn't sit there and just like plan out, business strategies and stuff for Big Money Incorporated. No, he's the office manager guy. He's the one who runs the store and buys all the furniture and does the interior decoration while everyone else does the other jobs. That's his role in life now. It's not quite what he envisioned, but it pays so well. You know, aside from just interior decorators, you know something else I pay a lot of money for? An on-demand valet service. Yeah, there you go. I want to have someone driving me around. No more of these taxis. I just literally walk outside. I'm like, Jeeves, take me here. And I do. I have to pay the guy a pretty decent salary, but it's faster than doing anything else. Okay, it's going to take me a little bit more time to continue filling this place out. But in the meantime, that hasn't stopped me from renting additional structures elsewhere. It's like over here, for example, 47 and 50 doesn't seem terribly bad. We've also got this one over here at 42 and 50. There were a couple of other really good buildings I thought I snagged somewhere, though. Where'd those go? Looks like 40 and 50, 41 and 50. Those are about right. Still, yeah, that's pretty decent. That's pretty darn decent. Over here in the garment district, let's go ahead and open this thing up and start up a new business. We've already got ourselves a law firm, so just so we don't have too many competitors of our own type, we could go for more web development agencies. Or I could just continue doubling down. You know what? Fine, we'll do this. We'll make it canon practitioners. Sure, why not? All right, another law office. Here we go. $200,000 profit today. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Every time I see that number go up, I get a little bit giddy inside. I've got the little happy butterflies. I do feel like there need to be more ways of delivering goods in bulk in this game. Only because, like, you hit the stage I'm at right now, and this is going to be very, very, very repetitive stuff. Like, none of this is new or particularly challenging, but it all has to get done to lay down just another, $40,000 a day in income, which is like nice and all, but like, do I really want to do this until I'm getting $1 million a day? Probably not, you know? And if I have to wait a day for 18 items to be delivered, that's just too slow. That's too stinking slow. If I want to set things up quickly, I need to be able to buy, at a premium maybe, like 40 plus things at the same time. I hope that's something that's going to get added into the game at some point, just to kind of make this more mid to late game drag a little bit less painful. I do want to point out one of the dumbest conflicts I think I've ever had to deal with in the work environment before. Shut up, taxi, I'm paying you. Let's go over to our HQ real quick, because I want to show you something here. So I just got 2 messages from people at my HQ saying that they're going to quit because their needs are not met. What needs would those be, I wonder? Well, Holly Howard is upset that they don't have a multi-purpose chair. And Lauren Miles is upset that they don't have a stump mesh office chair. I don't know which desk exactly someone is sitting at, but all I can say is that's the multi-purpose chair and everything else is stump mesh. So presumably, Mr. Complaining or Lauren Miles, Mrs. Complaining Lauren Miles right here, is the only one of all the offices she could have sat at, and she's got the wrong chair. This feels like an issue that could have been resolved if y'all had just talked to each other and said, hey, could I have that chair that's more comfortable? Oh yes, I actually would like to swap. I like your chair better too. Oh my God, that is like so dumb. Like, I'm inclined to fire both of them just for being that stupid and wasting my time. Swap chairs. God, what a revolutionary concept. Like, I just want you to envision the audacity of it all. You know, you got this multi-million-dollar, hardworking, bootstrapping 19-year-old, and you have the audacity to go to your boss and say, they got a nicer chair than I do. Really? Like, really? I don't even know who's who to see whose chair and desk needs to swap. That's how stupid this problem is. I can't even solve it, let alone you're wasting my time. I had to unassign Holly just to find her. There she is. This is the empty desk. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, but by moving them around, I reset the gosh dang contracts. Oh my gosh. Right, I'm getting kind of tired of setting up the same gosh dang offices. Let's try doing something a little different this time. You know, I think we can. And you know what I think is going to solve a lot of our issues when it comes to importing goods for things like Lex's Little Corner? It's actually to open up another restaurant with more expensive food. Pizza and burgers come to mind. So we need a fast food restaurant. That's what this country needs. More fast, greasy food. Where's a retail store with really good traffic? Actually, this kind of works. Right next to Bengal's Best Gifties. 50 traffic, capacity of 30. Yeah, this'll work. I'll rent this one. Let's start up a new business. We'll call this one Slice of Stein. I don't know. Sounds edgy. Cool. Start a new business. Here we go again. So what do we think we're gonna need? That's a great question. I think we'll want a salad bar. I think we're gonna need an industrial fridge. I know we're gonna need a bunch of cabinets. I also know we need a cleaning station here, plus a shelf. We can get all this just to kind of get us started, and then I can probably order the rest to get delivered. Let's call up AJ Peterson. At this point, I should get like a rewards card with them. I feel like I'm probably one of the best customers they've ever had in their life. Let's see. We need to get ourselves at least a hot dog grill. We need to get ourselves a handful of cabinetry. We need an industrial fryer machine. We need a pizza oven. We need an industrial grill for burgers. And then, honestly, probably the rest just comes down to things like trash cans and some restaurant booths and stuff. Shouldn't need much more than that. And there's no reason we can't go ahead and start importing everything I know I'm going to need from a food perspective. So, for example, let's go ahead and order in some salads and some sodas and stuff and some burgers. Actually, I think the industrial fridge might have been a mistake. I'll bet you that's for supermarkets only. Yeah, we can at least recoup a few $1,000 on that. Let's see. We're gonna add a new destination in over here. Slice of Stein. We've got plenty of stuff in the warehouse. Sodas, weirdly enough, the one thing we don't have. That seems a little bit bizarre, but okay. Anyway, we want to have... Let's start with about 500 of each of these to start. We don't need to go overboard as far as our own local storage. We do want to have at least a couple hundred or so soda cans, probably, but that's about it. So that should be everything we need. And that is going to be a lot of extra food for us to sell. Well, the slice of Stein seems to be a pretty good hit so far, at least. Our workers have been busy non-stop, so we've got a steady trickle of customers coming in. Not quite going out the door exactly, but still enthused. Plenty of good dining space. Honestly, looks pretty good. Only thing we're missing is just some soda cans, because apparently you can't have drinks machines and actually sell drinks here. People have to go to a vending machine if you want to have something to drink to put that pizza down. But you know what? That's fine. That's completely fine. Yeah, they're queuing up pretty good over here. I'm curious to see what kind of profit we end up getting out of this, if any. Oh, $220,000 now as far as our total profit. I feel like we got a pretty good amount out of the slice of Stein, actually. Hang on, let's take a look at that. Slice of Stein. It says made me nothing. Not sure I believe it, though. We ended up having about 184 customers yesterday for our opening day. So that negative you're seeing as far as our average is taking into account 6 zeros. So, yeah, I'm curious. Now, the customer service is truly atrocious, like, unforgivably atrocious, but we'll give it some time. Our people will get more competent as time goes on. The real question is, are we starting to turn any sort of a profit with Lex's little corner? The answer is really no. I mean, traffic's not outstanding. Yeah, there's only 40% there. Marketing helps a teeny bit, but it's really not just a matter of foot traffic. We're really just not getting anything out of this. Seems like coffee shops and just kind of restaurants in general have a low enough profit margin that they're really, really not worth it. I mean, it's not that we aren't making a profit. We are, and it's definitely improved quite a bit from the last period, yeah, but still no bueno. What kind of other target opportunities seem to be existing right now? Any obvious demand? Like, for example, in the garment district, there's a huge demand for a lot of the kinds of foods and stuff that we could be selling. But, no one seems really... Donuts are the only thing I'm not selling here, but like, yeah, there's just not a lot going around. I guess we could try selling donuts at the Slice of Stein. All we need to do is get one more industrial fryer and we could do that, but I'm kind of happy with it being what it is right now. I'm looking for any obvious things that we should be getting. Frozen food, yeah, we could do that, and fresh food. So you're telling me that there's a good demand for a supermarket. You know what? This supermarket used to exist right next to me. Now, it's going to be mine. I'm going to call it Alpha Mart. Alpha Mart sounds good. Also sounds maybe slightly rude, but it's fine. No things to sell. That's fine. That's fine. We know exactly what to do here, I think. All we need to do is get ourselves baskets, cash registers, and stuff, and then we need to have industrial fridges. I can do that. Freaking fridges are expensive, though, and the freezer's $20,000. Jeez. It's just a fridge! Whatever, it actually does make sense. Those kinds of freezers, like the industrial-sized ones, good lord. Those things are powerful. Employ at least 100 people. Good lord. Have I actually, like, doubled my staff in this video alone? Whoa. Well, this place is just about set. I got way more space than I actually need, but it's just about set. Yeah, I'm really starting to struggle to figure out what else we're really supposed to do except for drive recklessly in the town. The only thing that comes to mind that could still be useful maybe would be to get a bigger freight truck for my second warehouse, since clearly we're going through a lot more product than we used to be. And that's really even an assumption on my part as far as whether we even need this thing. I mean, it's in theory it should only affect how many stores you can deliver to, which we're not at that cap yet. But on the off... there we go, that was a close call. On the off chance that it does impact the quantity of product they're able to move around, I'll get the bigger truck, because physically that makes sense. From a gameplay mechanic perspective, I don't know, it doesn't have to make sense. Bit of a tight turn, sorry, I'm gonna turn this into a 3-pointer. Thank you. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, I don't know if there's really anything else to do in the game as it currently stands. I mean, Ronald Big Money is pretty much selling every single product currently available in the game. I mean, yeah, we don't have a dedicated, like, jewelry store or liquor store or anything like that, but we're selling it elsewhere, with the exception, apparently, of expensive jewelry, but everything else we have kind of dipped our toe in. We've got a lot of law firms, we got a lot of clothing stores, we're making a pretty decent amount of money. We could go even higher with this if we really wanted to. Maybe someday real estate or investments become a more competitive method of actually generating wealth once you've got some to play with, but that's not the stage of the game we're in right now. Woo! We're not going to wreck this car, thank you very much. So, at this point, I think Ronald Big Money you know, is kind of feeling a little flush and maybe a little bit listless and bored with his life. And, okay, we're really pushing our luck here. So we're gonna do something a little bit on the crazy side, just to finish things off strong. I was gonna say we're gonna go ahead and visit the casino one more time, but since the casino appears to be out in open waters, what if we decided to take a look at this little thing down over here? What's this yacht doing here? Wait, can I buy a boat? Oh my gosh, I can buy a boat. Ooh, out of curiosity, how much does the yacht cost? If I just hypothetically, $90 million with a $9 million a year maintenance cost. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, no, oh wow. Yep, that sounds like an end game goal, all right. All right, I may not be able to get a yacht, but I'll bet you I can buy myself some sort of a shiny new toy to finish things out. We're going back to the casino. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bet the whole dang farm. That's right, $6 million bet. Here we go, highest stakes of my life. Okay, we got a score of 12 so far. All right, hit me. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm just saying. Woo! Screw it, double or nothing. 12, I can't bet $12 million? You won't let me bet $12 million? Fine, I'll bet all the 9s I'm allowed to. How's that? Best of luck, they say. Sure, what you got? Okay, we got a score. That's pretty bad. Hit me. All right, hit me. All right, hit me. You know, that's pretty good. I'll stand and let's just see what yeah! And cash out. And there we go. See, gambling is way better than any actual bootstrapping, it turns out. I just made like $15+ million in one night. Not even one night, in 50 minutes. So out of curiosity, what is my net worth considered to be now? What do you mean my net worth is $7.5 million? That can't be right. It should be way more than that now. Clearly somebody hasn't checked my bank account lately. Either that or the casino's trying to stiff me. Gosh dang, I'm gonna need to get an even fancier car. I'm not even sure how that's totally possible, but I totally need one at this point. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think is where we're gonna be ending things for Big Ambitions, at least for the time being. The game is going to need at least a few more big updates, I do think, before all the features are going to be active, especially things like real estate and more in-depth investing. These are things that I would be interested in, but we've kind of experimented with everything. We've figured out what works. We've made a freaking ton of money, the vast majority of it coming from just 2 rounds of blackjack. Which is monumentally stupid, but who needs brains when you got luck, all right? Bootstraps are for wimps. Gambling is for heroes. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series, and maybe we'll resume in the future of Big Ambition with Ronald Big Money. If you did enjoy, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.